pre-pandemic, we started looking at condos and paused our search once the pandemic happened, which we thought was a really smart idea until our apartment was being sold out from under us at the beginning of the pandemic. And stuff got pretty real pretty quickly on needing to move, not just wanting to move, but we needed to move somewhere. And we got to a point where it was like we either had to try to find an apartment and kind of step back in our life a little bit, or just try and go for it to find a condo. And so we contacted and reached out to Trevor, and that's when we started.
We had always said that if we could stay in our exact area forever, we would, but it seemed like a pretty tall order. And we ultimately were very lucky. We bought a place 384 feet from our apartment, so right around the corner.
If somebody was considering hiring Trevor, I think the thing that I would tell them is that he is incredibly honest. And I think in a process where you're talking about your life savings and where you're going to live, having that level of honesty is the thing that I would say, this is why I would choose Trevor.
And I think throughout our experience, we had the pleasure and privilege of getting to meet a lot of other agents, and even just in our very cursory kind of interactions with them, Trevor just was incredibly personable. He was very real. He just was like a pleasure to be around all time. And again, in an incredibly high stress, high pressure situation, I couldn't imagine working with anybody else.